What's up, JDI Barbell YouTube channel?
Damn. Yeah.
My name is Priscilla Del Moral, and today I have a question for nobody other than you at home watching this video, and it's, do you think powerlifting should be an Olympic sport? I am a retired powerlifter. I competed for the United States Virgin Islands for 2-3 years, I believe. I competed at IPF World Championships twice, national championships in St. Thomas 3 times. By my credentials, should want to say yes, powerlifting should be an Olympic sport, but there's so many factors that make me want to say no. When you're in something and you love something, you live for it, you breathe for it, you die for it. You know what I'm saying? But when you step away from it, you kind of realize, well, this is kind of boring. Powerlifting is boring. You watch it for hours, if you even watch it. Powerlifting was going to be an Olympic sport. There would have to be an adjustment to the way it's run. Nobody's going to want to watch powerlifting and have to wait 30, 40, 50, 120 minutes before their favorite lifter comes on. You know, a friend of mine, shout out Kiki, said that the powerlifting should be 2 lifts. You get 2 lifts at every event and it would move a lot faster. It would be a lot more entertaining. And I actually agree with that. So comment down below if you think powerlifting should be only 2 lifts and not 3. Maybe that would make it a little more interesting to watch. I don't know. And if you've ever been to a powerlifting competition before in your life, if you've supported a friend, if you've competed for the first time, second time, third time, you know what I'm talking about. You're there all day long. And I love the professionalism that you get with the international competition. The expectance people have of you to be professional. And I think that if we were an Olympic sport, we would be seen as more of a professional sport rather than a hobby sport. Most of the people, when they think powerlifting and don't know anything about powerlifting, they don't think sport. They think either untested, big, beefy men, right? Or they think Westside Barbell. And the 2 of those options are not very appealing for an Olympic committee. I think powerlifting is still very much up and coming. And we're seeing that a lot now with the separation between the USAPL and IPF, because IPF and USAPL have both up to their game when it comes to presentation of the sport. We have commentators now, we have the Sheffield now, we have prize money now, we have world games, right? These are all great steps in the right direction for the sport, but these are all also very recent adjustments to the sport. We always had commentators, for IPF World Championships, right? But we never had like mini press conferences before and after the competition, which we saw at both, I believe, Sheffield and IPF World Championship. And I think this is a great adjustment to making the sport more visibly professional and visibly athletic. Another reason why I think powerlifting might not make it to the Olympics is that there's too much controversy and there's too much variation in tested and untested lifting. And of course, Olympic weightlifting, biking, any sport really in the Olympics, any athlete really, there's always going to be controversy about whether or not you're tested or non-tested. But powerlifting and weightlifting specifically, there's a lot of gray area, there's a lot of unknowns, there's a lot of workarounds, and I think the Olympics already has their hands full monitoring the doping of Olympic weightlifting and in other sports. I don't know if they would see adding in another sport that has a lot of untested lifting in it as like a benefit to the Olympics as a whole. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I also think powerlifting has like very public, untested portions of their sport. There's not a public, untested track and field team, to my knowledge. So, enough of me talking to ask them if they think powerlifting should be an Olympic sport and why or why not.